Buongiorno everyone, welcome back to Lineup Predictions here on the Magpie Channel TV for Newcastle United's game tomorrow at home in the fourth round of the FA Cup against Oxford United. Oxford currently sitting 5th in League One, just above Sunderland on the same points, but they've got a game in hand. Us, we've got a few players in, a few players out. Just checking Brucey's press conference this morning. And unfortunately, Emil Kraft is going to be out for 6 weeks. He hasn't been a great player for us lately, but he's been an option. He's been like the only right wing back available with Manquillo and Yedlin being out. So for 6 weeks is a long time. It's a bit of a shame to see him out. That's one good option that we've got missing, as well as so many others we've had over the last couple of months. There's nothing that we can't really deal with. I think thankfully Yedlin could feature tomorrow. There hasn't really been too much said about Yedlin, but he's one that could be back, and Manquillo could be back shortly afterwards as well. I think a good thing about what's coming up is the week after next, we've got a home league tie against Norwich next week. Then after that, there's the little winter break, so we've got a week's break, which could be amazing for us. Again, that's boring as hell having breaks in between the Premier League season, but it could be coming at a very good time for us. If we can get through tomorrow and next week against Norwich and a few training sessions, just take it a little bit easy in training. If we don't get any more injuries, wicked. Like after the break, we've got a game on the Sunday, so we've got an extra day as well. We'll go away to Arsenal. So by the time the Arsenal game, we could have so many more back, like Yedlin and Manquillo. Who else as well? Gale, Muto, Carroll, even a couple of players that haven't really been that fit in the team, like Lascelles, Shaw, Ritchie, Saint-Maximin. Joe Linton's had a few injuries lately. So by the time the Arsenal game comes round, we should have a lot more option, as well as a few new faces through the door as well. We're still waiting on the arrival of Valentino Lazaro. That should be announced at some point today. He's been in town, he's had his medical, just waiting on confirmation of that deal going through. Also out tomorrow is Florian Lejeune, the hero from the other night. 2 late goals against Everton. He picked up an injury during the game while scoring one of the goals. So he's not available tomorrow. Joe Linton also picked up a little bit of a knock. He's fine. He should be okay. He got a kick on the ankle, so we think he's going to be okay, is what Brucey said. Saturday might be too quick for Andy Carroll, so it's unlikely he'll feature. Saint-Maximin will be involved. He's back again. Great news to see him back, but we'll wait and see how that one goes. He said it would be too much to ask of him to play twice last week, so he'll be in contention this week. He's right. It is too much to ask for him to play twice in 1 week, so I don't understand why he played 90 minutes against Chelsea, but I'm not going to go back into that. We talked about that last week. It's gone. He missed the Everton game, so hopefully we'll see him in some way tomorrow. Nabil Bentaleb, he's another one who's available. Brucey said he's seen enough in his 2 training sessions to know that he's going to be a good player for us. He's in remarkable shape despite having not played in a few months. He'll make his debut tomorrow. The same is meant to be said about Valentino Lazaro. We're just we're waiting on confirmation of him. So them 2, Brucey says, will feature tomorrow. Obviously, we just need to get the Lazaro deal across the line. He's also said, we can't win the Premier League. So what have we got a chance of winning? The FA Cup. So let's give it a go. And that's great. I like where his head's at. It's great to hear him say that he's actually gonna give it a go. A win tomorrow could say we're in the 5th round of the FA Cup for the first time in like 15 years. It's crazy to say that. Like, we've got beat by Oxford, I think, was it 3 years ago, 2017, got beat 3-0 away. And that team, I seen that team the other day, that was fucking woeful. That new window we lost. But like, Brucey's actually going for it, so it's great to see that he's going to really give it a go. He said again he's going to play his strongest team available. Great to hear. So we'll get into who we have got. And unfortunately, we likely will be playing 5 at the back again. I don't want to say that. I don't think anyone does. Like, it's Oxford, no disrespect. But we've got to have enough in the tank to go more attacking and just try and kill the game off. We don't want to see what happened away to Rochdale. I think at home we could have great momentum behind it, and it's a sellout. Actually sold out an FA Cup game at home to Oxford. Bizarre, probably because it was fucking pound tickets or something. But yeah, we likely will be playing 5 at the back. Well, I think we've only changed that up once this season away to Leicester, where we got smacked 5-0. So obviously we will be playing a 5-2-3, I fully imagine. We'll get into it. Martin Dubravka, he's been one of our key players, not just over the last couple of months, but this season. He's kept winning so many games. If you look back to the last 2, where we've scraped points against Everton and Chelsea, even the away tie against Rochdale, he's been making so many key saves. But I expect we're to do what we did in the home tie against Rochdale and start with Carl Darlow and Rob Elliott on the bench. Give Dubravka a little bit of a well-deserved break. I think we should, like, Darlow's a good keeper. We should definitely have more than enough with Carl Darlow to keep out Oxford. Like, if they get 1 goal like Rochdale did, that's fine. But up top, we need to make sure we're getting 3, 4 or 5. At right full-back, like I say, Kraft's out now for 6 weeks. Yedlin could be back, but I still wouldn't force him in. I think he's doubtful. And Manquillo's still out. So there I expect to see Isaac Hayden, who's been filling in the last couple of weeks, and done all right. I'm not really Hayden's biggest fan as a fullback, but you know what you get with Isaac Hayden. He always gives 110%. He's a trier, and that's why I love Isaac Hayden. You know he gives 110% every week. He did against Everton. He really, really tried. He didn't really get too far. Like, getting down the wing, taking players on and getting crosses in isn't really his game. Like, he's got an engine. He can get up and down the wing all day. But I'd rather say that in the middle of the park and winning the ball back and playing it forward. Like, out wide, I don't really think that's his best position. But it's Oxford. I would love to see someone else put there, but I don't really see any other options, to be honest. So Isaac Hayden, I'd love to see Hayden get a rest and all, to be honest. Like, I feel like he doesn't really need to play these games, but Brucey says he's gone for his strongest team, and that's probably the best option we'll have there at the minute. We're centre-backs. We're going to keep it the same as the last couple of games. Fernandez, Lascelles and Clark, with Fabian Schär on the bench. Against Everton, they weren't great. Like, defensively, it wasn't the greatest performance, but last week against Chelsea, it was outstanding. Kieran Clark was amazing. I still don't really know about Fabian Schär's fitness. He came on against Everton for about just over 10 minutes or so. I think he played centre mid now. He was like a DM, wasn't he? So yeah, I don't think Schär's fitness is fully there, but the other 3, they are. We are playing our strongest team. Them 3 started the last couple of games and played really, really well. So don't see any change there. As well as in the left full-back position, I would play Matt Ritchie. He's another one that could maybe do with a little bit of a break. He's just come back from injury. He's done well as well, but yeah, I definitely think Ritchie should start. And on the bench as cover, Valentino Lazaro, obviously providing the deal gets through. We've been seeing pictures of him holding up the jersey. He's had his medical. He looks happy, so we're just waiting any minute for the deal to probably be announced. Brucey says the deal should go through and he will make his debut, but he hasn't even signed yet. I think it would be unfair to just throw him in. Like, there's no point. He hasn't trained yet. Like, I doubt we'll have a training session before tomorrow's game. Training would have already happened this morning. So I don't really want to see Lazaro in the starting lineup, to be honest. I would love to see him. I want to know what we're getting. I want to know the kind of player that he is. So I definitely hope to see at least 20 minutes of him. But to throw him in starting with a bunch of players he's never worked with, it doesn't really make sense to me. Like, let him settle. You would have had a last busy couple of days flying in from Milan, having medicals, checks, signings, fucking driving from here, there and everywhere. Like, give the guy a break. Like, he's probably tired, to be honest. So, nah, I definitely don't want to see Lazaro start. But I do look forward to seeing what he is all about. In the middle, another one of our new players, Nabil Bentaleb. I want to see him. But again, like, similar to what I said about Lazaro, he's had, from this morning, probably 3 training sessions now with the team. And as Brucey said before, I've seen enough in 2 training sessions to know he's great. And despite not playing a game for 10 months, being out of favour at Schalke. He's in great shape. But again, he hasn't played a game in 10 months. Throwing him in the starting lineup might not be the wisest choice, but that might not really be a great lot of option. I'm not really too sure on Shelvey's fitness at the minute. Sean Longstaff, his performances haven't really been fantastic over the last few months. So again, like Lazaro, I want to see what we're getting. He's new blood. It's Oxford. It shouldn't really cause too much of a threat. So I would love to see what we're getting in Bentaleb, even if he just plays the first hour. Great. Alongside him, this is another one. Like, I'm not really overly confident. This is just more what I want to see in the middle of the park here. Bentaleb may well start, maybe not. But alongside him, I would personally like to see Matty Longstaff. Because he's a young lad. He puts in so much effort. He's got great energy, bags of energy. You've seen it in the away game against Rochdale. He got a goal in the home game. So he's already off the mark in this competition. And I think this competition would be great for him. Because, like I say, he is a young lad. He hasn't played a great lot of games this season. So I think just keep ticking him on, putting him in against Rochdale's and Oxfords. Like, having a bit of confidence, showing what he can do, get a couple more goals. I think it'd be great for his confidence, and he's worth in the team. You can definitely show it against teams like Oxford. Whereas the others, like I say, Sean, I'll put these on the bench. Sean Longstaff and John Joe Shelvey. I would expect Sean probably to start in place of Bentaleb. That's probably what I'm expecting. I would expect Sean and Matty to start together. It's weird that Matty doesn't really get a lot of game time when Sean isn't playing. I don't really get that because he's a great player. This season he's been the better of the two. It's almost like there's been like a deal where like he can't play without his brother. It's like he's like that dad's got to Brucey and be like, oh, you can't play Sean without Matty. Like you'll get lost, you'll get upset. Nah, less of that, man. I would like to see Matty by himself, what he can do with someone like Bentaleb. I think a great partnership would be him and Hayden, but obviously I think we're going to need Hayden out wide tomorrow. Shelvey as well, like I say, I'm not really sure if he's fully fit. He's been an unused sub the last couple of games. So probably put him on the bench, bring him on if we need be. Like we did need him in the game against Rochdale just to tie the game over. But we have been lacking in the middle of the park the last couple of games, which is why I think Bentaleb's been brought in. And it could be a great signing. Like in that game against Rochdale, like we're second half, it was poor. Like we were just totally absent, and Shelvey came on, tightened the strings, started like playing decent balls. We actually started playing well when he came on. So Shelvey is a great player to have. Don't use him if we don't need to. I think Sean Matty and Nabil Bentaleb, I'd rather see them like save Shelvey for next week if he's going to be available for that. Up top, we'll go with Miguel Almiron on the right. Being another key player, he's another one I would love to see get a rest. I don't want any knocks for him. It's happened over the last couple of games, I think, against Everton. And I think it was the away game against Rochdale. He went down. We had my head in my hands, like, oh no, man. He has been one of our greatest players since he got his first goal. His head's been up, even before then, to be fair. Like his performances over the last couple of months have been outstanding. Really, really putting in effort defensively, up top. He's pace and everything. And again, against a team like Oxford, this could be another great one for his confidence. He got 2 goals in the 2 games against Rochdale. This could be his 3rd goal in the competition already by the 4th round stage if he can knock one up here. On the other side, I'm going to put Alan Saint-Maximin because I feel like that's what Brucey's going to do. Like that is a prediction. And I do want to see him. Obviously, he's my favourite player in the team at the minute. He gives so much when he's fit. I was disappointed last week against Chelsea because I don't think he was fit. He didn't show what he can do. He wasn't making the runs that you would expect him to run. And that game cost him a place in the squad against Everton. But Brucey says he's back and he will feature. I would personally probably like to see that from the bench, where I'll put Atsu. Like preferably, Atsu did great in the away game against Rochdale, decent in the home game. Like League One, like he's great at that standard. He would make a fantastic championship player. League One, he can rip the piss. But I do think Brucey will put Alan Saint-Maximin there, Atsu on the bench. if Saint-Maximin's fully fit, he'll have a field day. He will proper rip the piss. Like, Oxford should be shanking themselves at the thought of coming up against a fully fit Saint-Maximin and Almiron. Whether that's the case, I don't know. Time will tell. Up front, we're going to stick with Joe Linton. He did pick up a little bit of a knock, but Brucey says he should be okay. Hopefully he is, because we haven't really got anyone else. Carroll's unlikely. Gale and Muto are out. And Joe Linton can get another goal. He got one in the last game, in the third round replay against Rochdale. And it did great for his confidence. You could see, like, the last couple of games, he has had his chin up a bit. He has been playing a little bit better. He's got a little bit more of a striker's instinct. He's getting in the right positions more now. I think he is finally learning how to be a number 9. And against Oxford, it could be a great test. Like, why not? See what he can do. Hopefully he can get another goal, get more confidence, take that into Norwich next week. Hopefully he can bag a couple. But due to lack of option, he's got to be there. The only other player I can see likely to fill the final spot on the bench is Tom Allen. Young player from the academy, played quite a bit lately. Like, from the bench, he's been on the bench for the last few games. He was midweek against Everton. I think he was against Chelsea. Elias Sorensen is eligible. He was on the bench in the away game against Rochdale. He didn't play while on loan against who was he at Carlisle. I think he got on the bench for them in this competition, but didn't play. Therefore, he is eligible. Other players who are cup-tied are Rolando Aarons, who's back. Liam Gibson, who got a spot on the bench against Everton. He is ineligible for... he played... It was Grimsby, the mighty Mariners. Fucking love Grimsby. So Liam Gibson's ineligible, as is Kel Watts. So none of them available. Tom Allen and Elias Sorensen are, but Tom Allen has been in favour over the last few weeks. He's been on the bench. He's came on. Sorensen hasn't. I think Sorensen's only bench appearance was in the away game against Rochdale, wasn't it? Like, I think that's right. I don't think he's been on the bench since, whereas Tom Allen has. He's been on the bench probably 3-4 times now. Came on in one of them. So he's up in the pecking order, Tom Allen. Fully expect to see him there with no other striking options. Right, let me know what you guys think. Who would you play? Who is eligible? Anyone in? Anyone out? What will the score be? I'm going to go... I actually predicted the last one right. Rochdale, I said 4-1 and it was. So I'm going to go with the same again. 4-1 to Newcastle. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe to the Magpie Channel TV. Thanks for watching, everyone. Enjoy the sellout game and enjoy yourself.